It was a normal, quiet afternoon in my suburban neighborhood. The sun was radiant, casting shining rays over the well-kept lawns and white picket fence. I had just completed my usual cup of coffee, enjoying the serenity of the day. My life has fallen into a steady pattern since my husband died 5 years ago. While I valued the tranquility, there were moments when the silence felt heavy. The knock on my door surprised me. I wasn't expecting someone. As I opened it, there was David, my next-door neighbor, looking more worried than normal. David was an attractive guy in his early 40s with compassionate eyes and a confident personality. We would usually exchange pleasantries, sometimes talking about the weather or our mutual interest in landscaping. But that was the first time he had come to my house uninvited. "Hi, Rachel," he started, his voice calm yet firm. "I hope I'm not bothering you." "Not at all," I responded, signaling him to come in. "What brings you here?" He hesitated, looking over his shoulder to ensure nobody else was watching. When he eventually came inside, the look on his face transformed from casual to something considerably deeper. It was a blend of sensitivity and urgency that I could not ignore. "I need your help," he replied, brushing a hand over his nicely trimmed hair. "It's something personal." I walked him to the sofa, curiosity rising inside me. "Of course, David. What's on your mind?" He sat, hands clasped together, while taking a deep breath. "I understand we don't know each other very well, but I have often admired your strength. You've made such a great life even after all you've been through, and I could use somebody like you in my corner." His statements caught me off guard. What kind of favor would he possibly be asking from me? David explained his difficult situation with an amalgam of anxiety and hope. He had a younger sister, Mary, who was battling with a painful divorce. Mary had always looked up to David, depending on him for support, but lately her condition needed a caring presence. He thought that my life expertise and knowledge could potentially provide her with the guidance she needed. "She is vulnerable right now," David said, "and I believe hearing from a person who's been through difficulties and come out stronger could actually help her." It was an unusual request, but as we were speaking, I could tell how much he cared for his sister. Something was charming about his vulnerability, particularly how he wasn't scared to seek help. "I would really like to meet her," I said, laying a soothing hand on his. "If you feel that I will make a difference, I will do whatever I can." The appreciation that illuminated his face was enough to tell me I had made the right decision. During the next couple of days, we made preparations for Mary to visit my house. In the meantime, David and I became closer. He started to stop by more regularly, sharing stories about his family, his career, and his ambitions. I found myself eagerly awaiting his visits in a manner I hadn't felt in many years. One evening, as we relaxed on my porch, enjoying lemonade and watching the setting sun, he stared at me with an intensity that made my heart race a beat. "Rachel," he started, his voice calm, "I never expected this favor to draw us closer, but it has been nice, hasn't it?" I nodded, not sure of what to say. There was a feeling between us, something hidden but definitely present. Mary's visit happened to be a turning point, not only for her, but for me too. She came into my house in the afternoon, timid and apprehensive, but as we sat together and talked, I noticed her confidence gradually bloom. We shared stories of perseverance and hope, and by the moment she left, I felt like I had got a friend. But it was David's reaction that truly resonated with me. When he passed by to check on Mary, his appreciation was clear. He held me firmly, lingering just a bit longer than necessary. "Thank you, Rachel," he said, his voice full of emotion. "You've done a lot for Mary that I never could have expected, and you have done something for me too." That evening, as we had a friendly dinner in my dining area, David opened up in a manner he hadn't before. He said that his visits had not been only for Mary. They had all been about the connection he had with me. "I never thought I would feel this way again," he confessed, his eyes exploring mine, "but you have proven to me that it's never too late to find happiness." I was surprised, but as I looked into his eyes, I understood I felt the same. The times we would have, the laughing, the deep conversations, had revived something in me I considered was long gone. That night, under the warm glow of my dining area, we enjoyed our first kiss. It was sensitive and timid, yet it carried the promise of something wonderful. In the several weeks that followed, David and I started exploring this new phase of our lives. It was not always easy merging our history and expectations, but it was worth every second. Mary continued to flourish, and so did we. Reflecting back, I realized that the favor David asked of me was not only about helping his sister. It was about helping both of us develop the courage to accept the possibility of love again. And in doing that, we realized that occasionally the most unexpected requests may result in the most wonderful journeys.